Hey John, Oceana here with G3 Agency with your free website audit for Jireh Construction in Seattle, Washington. In this free SEO website audit provided by G3 Agency, I'm going to show you 3 to 4 things you can do to get Jireh in front of people searching for concrete and asphalt services in the Seattle area. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first thing that I notice here is that you do have a large click to call phone number right here. Well done. This makes it so much easier for this almost 70% of people who are going to be looking at this that are on their mobile phone. So that's going to be that's very good. The second thing I always check for is content. So the words on the page is what I'm talking about. And it looks like you do not have very many words on your home page. We really go for 2,000 or more words on the home page, 1,000 or more on the other pages on the website. The reason for this is content is king with Google, and you really want to show Google that you know what you're talking about by having lots of relevant information on your website. Okay, so now we also, I always like to go in about the images here. If I right click on this image, click Save Image As, I can see that this image was saved as concrete image.jpg, and similarly this was the asphalt image, etc. And then if you go down here, do the same thing. This was saved as Seattle Asphalt and Concrete Contractors Jireh Construction. I really have a difficult time saying this word for some reason. So you have the right idea with this. What you want to do is save it as more keywords that will help you get found for by people who are searching for your services but don't yet know who they're going with. These are all saved as the same thing, the same words. What you want to do is save them each as a different keyword that you want to be found for, and I'll show you how we go about finding those keywords that we want to use. So this is a tool called Ahrefs. My agency spends a pretty penny for this tool each month, but what it does is it gives us an in-depth look into how a website is performing. It's one thing for it to look pretty, it's a whole other thing for it to actually function well as a lead generation machine, right? So this score right here, the UR and DR, this tells me how authoritative your website is, how trustworthy Google thinks you are. These are low, but not terribly low scores. You've got a good start here, and there's definitely room for improvement. So the next thing I'm going to talk about on this page is the referring domains and backlinks. So what this tells me is there are 36 different websites with links totaling 97 to your website. So there are 97 links from going to your website from 36 different websites out there. Depending on what websites those are and how those links are set up, they will affect your homepage differently. So what you want to do is go and get more links from reputable and credible and relevant websites, so that Google sees that you're an authority in your field and that you're a trustworthy source of information. And therefore a trustworthy source of services, right? Okay, so then we go over here, organic keywords. So if we click on here, we can see what you're already ranking for. For instance, Jireh Construction, you're showing up in the 3rd position for that. 90 people are searching every single month by name, for you by name. So that's great. That shows that you've already got a fan base, right? Now that's nice, but you want to go after like this word here. This one's great. Parking lot paving, Seattle, Washington. 150 people are searching for that each month. I can tell from the volume column. And then it has a keyword difficulty of only 5. What the KD, or keyword difficulty, tells me is how difficult would it be to get onto the first page of Google for that keyword on a scale from 0 to 100. So a score of 5 is actually very attainable. Now, you are only getting 2.1 visitors on average from this 150 volume keyword, and the reason for that is that you're sitting on the 2nd page and you actually have dropped 2 positions. So you were well, you were at the top of the second page and now you're sitting a little lower on the second page. So this is something that you're definitely going to want to work on. So adding parking lot paving Seattle, saving those images, a couple of those images as this might actually really help you get to the top of that and see more calls. So that's sort of the way that we go about that. And then another way we can find keywords is going to that same tool that we have, except I looked up Seattle and concrete, asphalt, and parking lot to find anything there. And we've got here concrete contractors Seattle, 200 people a month are searching for that. There's a keyword difficulty of 4. So I'm going to focus on that for the rest of this video, but that's how we find it, right? So there's also, you know, there's parking lot paving Seattle, Washington 150, concrete contractor 150 as well. So that starts to really add up. Okay, so this is the Google results page. I'm sure you've seen it a million times. This is the Google Map Pack. How you get up into this Google Map Pack is first, you need to go to your Google My Business listing and make sure that the information listed there is accurate. And then you want to go around to different directories like Yext, City Star, White Pages, Yellow Pages, etc. Pardon me, my alarm is going off, reminding me to have some lunch. So what you do is you go around to different directories and you add your information, your name, address, and phone number to those directories, and that's going to help you get to the top of the map pack and end up here on the front page. So that's exciting, but that's not nearly as exciting as this right here. So this is what we call the #1 organic result. This is the link that will get 31% of all traffic that comes to this website. Statistically, 31% of the people that come to the results page will click on this first result here. Now, that is affected by a couple of things. Like, for instance, this is a home advisor link. This is what we call a directory link. This is one of those places you would go to include your information, right? But Google would much rather show a local business here than a directory. But because there are not only 1, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different directories before the first organic result, this just shows me, it backs up that really low keyword difficulty score, and it tells me that people are not trying very hard to get to the top of Google using these methods I'm explaining to you. So that means that it's not going to be terribly difficult to do much better than these people and end up not only surpassing your first organic competition here, but also get above all of these other listings as well and end up at the top. If you work with, you know, you've got to do the right things, and it's going to take a little while, but it is possible is what my point is. So so that is, you know, we go in here and we can look at what they're doing right and try to surpass them. So we've got, you know, they've got some words on their homepage, a little bit more than you do. And then if we look over here at their scores, they're definitely working on their domains, they're referring domains and all that. So that is pretty much the end of my presentation here. You can reach me at this phone number or this email. You can reply to the email that I sent you. Just a real quick recap. You want 2,000 words on your homepage, 1,000 or more on the other pages. You want to make sure to implement backlinks and citations in order to end up further up on the results page on Google. Thank you so much, and I look forward to your feedback. Bye-bye.